So somebody approached me the other day with a question, and it's a question I hear so many times over and over. So I thought I would address it here, and maybe it's something that can help you out if you've been asked by your boss or maybe someone at an organization you belong to give a speech or give a little talk, share some of your thoughts about some things. Maybe these tips can help you out. The person came up to me, and here's what they said. On the job, my boss has asked me to share some safety tips, and I'm okay with sharing the tips, but I just don't know how to approach it. I'm not a public speaker. I'm not sure how to go about doing this. What would you recommend that I do? So here's what I told them. I told them there's three things that I could tell them right off the bat to help them out. I said, number one, what you need to do is ask your boss, what is the one thing you want me to convey? What's the one thing you want everyone to leave that room having taken home with them? What do you want me to get across? What kind of thing do you want me to convey? The second thing is, what's the atmosphere that I'm going to be speaking in? How many people are going to be there? Is there going to be Q&A afterwards? Is there going to be some interaction? How long do you expect me to speak? What are you looking for as far as your material? What are your expectations? And then I said the third thing that you need to find out is you need to find a way to share personal stories. You need to be able to share some things from your own life that can relate to them. It's going to be a strange situation because you're going to be talking to some of your fellow workers, so you don't want to come off as being someone who knows it all, or the pet employee who's been asked to give this information and have everybody sit there and be cynical. You want to be able to give personal stories that people can relate to and help them kind of understand where you're coming from and something that they can relate to as well. So this person that I'm speaking about is a former police officer. Now, it's not the police line of work that they are dealing with right now. In fact, they're in a job where it's more of a service industry, but there's a lot of safety issues involved. They have to climb a lot of ladders. They're involving a lot of tools, and electricity's involved, and all kinds of things like that, utility work. So there's safety issues that are involved. But I said, first of all, here's the thing that I can think of first is, when it comes to personal stories, share something that comes from your police background. Share how policies and procedures and the way you went about things in your police work actually may have kept you safe on the job, saved your life, saved the life of your partner, or maybe the citizens that you were protecting. Think of an incident when you were on patrol where if you had not followed the procedures, something could have gone horribly wrong, and how policies and procedures are very important, and they're there for a reason. He said, that's a really good idea. I think I'll do that. I have several incidences where I could share something like that. I said, so get this information, share it to them, and then share it with them, and then they can relate to it. Say, now, this is how it would apply to our job. In my job as a police officer, here's what would have happened had I not followed policies and procedures, and that's why they're there. Well, we have policies and procedures, and they can protect us and protect others on the job as well. They're not there just for the sake of being there. They're there to really protect us and make our job a lot better and a lot easier to accomplish. So there's just a few of the things that I told him. So number one, find out what the one thing is. This is very important. The one thing, the expectation, what your boss wants you to convey, what he wants these employees to leave the room having heard. The second thing, find out what the atmosphere is like. Find out how many people are going to be there. What are the expectations for the room so you're not thrown off? What's the environment going to be like? And number three, come up with some personal stories that you can share, stories that you can then relate from your own experience, from your own background, and then turn around and apply to them on the job where they are right now. Let them know that you know what it's like to follow these policies and procedures. You know what it's like to follow the rules and regulations that are set in place. So I hope this has helped you out, maybe given you a few tips, some things that you can use if you've been asked to speak on the job. Of course, there's a whole lot of other things that I could tell you, but this is kind of a little bit of a starter. And I get this question so often that I thought maybe I would share it with you and hopefully help you out as well. Hey, make sure you check us out at jeffwhitaker.com and Your Story Academy, where we help people tell better stories, whether individually or corporately as a business. Also, check out our podcast Entree Story, where we interview entrepreneurs and business leaders and find out how they got to where they are today and then what we can learn from them. Check it all out. It's all available at jeffwhitaker.com. Thanks for taking time to watch this video today, and share it with someone if you find it to be valuable. I'm Jeff Whitaker, and go out and make a difference.